Hello students, welcome back, and today we are going to continue our series on chapter 6 human growth. Let's look at the growth curve, how physically how we all grow. Okay, so physically we see that we have a few things that we need to know. The stage, okay, there is infancy stage, children's stage, adolescence, adulthood, and old age. Oh, sorry, yeah, it's probably around after 65 years old. Okay, so this one is after 65 years old. Rapid growth, slow growth, rapid growth, minimal growth, and sometimes at here we can see there is a negative growth in the human body. So this is roughly the curve lah. I don't think exam usually they ask this thing, but you need to know the concept lah, the concept of most growth happen. Like for example, from this graph, can you tell me which stage of life has the most growth?
To 65.
20 to 65 is the most growth, correct? No lah. No, more growth. This is no growth. Minimal growth means no growth because it is stagnant. The most growth is the here. You can, if you learn mathematics, here is the high gradient. The gradient is high, and here also is a high gradient. So we can say that here is a rapid growth. What do you mean by rapid growth? Rapid means fast. Like the train is fast. The person is fast. The person moves very fast. But you, in your English essay, you don't use the word fast. You say rapid. The car is rapid. He do it rapidly. He finish his work rapidly. So when you say rapid means it is fast. Another word for very fast, and you should use in your essay to replace the word fast. Rapid growth, fast growth. So from here we can see the gradient is very high, very up. So here is the rapid growth, fast growth, fast growth. So the stage will be infancy and adolescence. Let's say the question asks you which growth is the slowest. It will be the old age, okay, because there is negative growth where the size reduce in terms of height and weight, correct or not? So the it will reduce lah, become smaller lah as we get old. Then eventually the person will die lah, at a certain age. And this is a normal life event. So we need to learn to how to deal with it. Premature aging or Progeria disease is a type of disease that seldom occur. This disease again for the child. So sometimes the person will have this Progeria disease. Okay, what do you mean by Progeria disease? So we can see, I got some picture of Progeria. Just Google Progeria and we can see that for the young children, we can see they start to have all these to looks very old, but this disease seldom occur. This is a genetic how to say this genetic issue, and no cure one. If you got this disease, you won't have any cure, so it causes the baby to look very old. Usually will die by the age of 19, 20 from heart attack and stroke. So yep, but you can check lah, if you married already, if you want to check, then you can have a check if you want to. So it's a disease cause a child to look like an adult. But very rare, very rare. Okay, this is very rare, so no need to be so scared. The rate of the human growth is rapid at the infancy, and also it rapid in the adolescence, because you can see from here there is a rapid growth in terms of from the data we can see the gradient is very high. M 是很高 if you got study mathematics, M the gradient is very high, showing that there is a rapid growth. The growth pattern is a S-shaped sigmoid flail shape. Able the human to grow through a different stage. For human, the growth will stop when it reach maturity. Let me take, what do you mean by S-shape? S-shape. Too many things, so, I need to erase it so I can draw the S-shape. Where is my eraser? This is my eraser. Okay, so what do you mean by the S shape? Let me try to draw the S shape. Let me choose black color. S make here lah. Yeah, can see or not? They say it's S lah, maybe it doesn't look like S, but it's still like S lah, like this, like this, like this, of course it's like this, it go down. Okay, so it's more like an S shape. We call it the sigmoid curve. Growth pattern between male and female, of course, in terms of depend on your age, you can look at the best graph that we can look at is at this graph. Okay, at this graph we can see that from this one I come down. I cannot draw the ruler. Is it here? Something like that lah. Exam will help you to draw the line, so don't worry. Okay, let's say this come out in exam. The exam asks, at what stage female will be taller than male? Okay, so from here we can see that female will be taller than male at this age. We can see here the female is the dotted line, dot 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 up here. So we can see at here the dotted line is higher than the female. So we can say that the growth of female is higher than male at the age of 12 to 15 according to this picture. Okay, 15. But if you want to say that when is male taller than female, so I will say male taller than female at stage, this stage here, 4 to 12, 16 and onwards. Okay, 16 to 18 for example. Okay, 4 to 12 and 16 to 18. Let's say the question asks, at what stage the growth of male and female are the same? Yes, at 0 to 4 it will be the same. We can see both line is at the same. So 0 to 4, the growth of male and female is the same. The growth of is the same, yeah. So this is the graph. Puberty hit the stage in the early adolescence. So of course above, for guys I think it's usually 14 years old to hit the puberty, and for female it will be usually around 12 onwards, when you hit the puberty. Then you will start to develop a distinct characteristic like sexual organ. So because after you have secondary sexual characteristic, then probably only that the person can pregnant, the person can start to have baby, either from the male or from the female part. They will have the chances to have, they have the ability to be pregnant. So these things all need to be measured. Okay, so you measure the measurement, their growth and so on. Let's look at this question 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can finish this. We just do this 4 questions. State 2 parameters that can be used to measure the human growth rate. Okay, so it's a good try. State 2 parameter that can be used, then probably it will be 2 parameter. So probably it will be, so for this one I think it will be maybe we can say age lah, age pula. we say maybe weight and height. Okay, two things that we can measure. So probably this will be the responding variable. Manipulated variable will be the age. Actually, I'm not sure whether I want to say age and weight or age and height or weight and height. But for I think it will be weight and height lah. They are talking about the responding the two parameter that can be used. So maybe we can say we can measure the human growth. Either we want to consider the weight or we want to consider the height. Explain the shape of the growth curve of male and female. So this one it depends on your explanation, like a summary, rumusan, how you want to do a summary, and you just say lah like how you do statistic. Okay, 70% sell wood, 20% sell I don't know, metal, depend on the statistic. So the thing that we have here is not a statistic but is a graph. It's a line graph. So you just need to explain for this guy, explain the shape. Okay, so you can say the shape of the curve is a sigmoid shape, the S shape. The pattern growth is S shape or it has a sigmoid curve. I don't know how many mark lah. If one mark then you just say like that. If just one mark. If many mark, maybe you can say that you can explain because they ask male and female. So you can say that from the age 0 to 4, the rate of growth for male and female is the same or near to one another. However, for the age 4 to 12, the rate of growth for male, we can see male is higher. Okay, male is higher. So the rate of growth at the stage 4 to 12, the rate of growth for male is higher than female. However, for the stage 12 to 16, the growth of female will be higher than male. Then for the stage 16 to 18, the growth of male will be higher than female. Eventually, usually, males will have a higher growth or higher body size or higher height that we can see. Either they can use height or they can use weight or they can use size if they want to. So depend on what you want to measure in the responding variable. Means you want to measure something lah, because it's a science lah. You must say you want to measure weight, you want to measure size, you want to measure that is how we learn science. You cannot just say because like that lah. Like that means what? Like that means it must be shown, it must be proven, it must be calculated, it must be measured, it must be proven. Describe briefly the effect of diet. The effect of diet in the growth rate. What is the effect of diet in the growth rate?
Of male and female.
The height? No, there is the diet. Diet means the thing that you eat. Means the thing that you eat and how you eat affect your growth. Like I can write an essay question like describe, let's say this is the essay question. Describe the diet, the effect of diet on human growth or growth rate lah. Actually it's the same. What is the effect of the diet? Okay, so the effect of diet on the growth rate. So probably we say that usually let's describe briefly. Many things we can write. We can write even 6360 words for the effect of diet in the growth rate. But probably we can understand the concept is if you eat things like protein or maybe calcium that help the growth of the body, the person can grow. And if there is no enough food, the person cannot grow well, and we call that as a malnutrition. And if you eat too much, then we call it as obesity. If we eat too much, so maybe we can say lah, the effect of diet. So maybe I want to just say something few. Maybe I want to talk about balanced diet to ensure healthy growth. Many things we can write. Actually, I also don't know what to write. Why is my handwriting like this? Okay, balanced diet, healthy growth, healthy growth, and then we'll talk about malnutrition, like how to say, slow growth. I can put slow rate of growth or abnormal, or then we can have too much food like carbohydrate, like fat and carbo, so it will cause obesity. Also, it's a bit the person will be overweight and they are um, too much of growth, which is not healthy for the body. So because it's just he didn't write the mark, so that's why sometimes I'm a teacher, so that's why when I look at question, the mark very important, because it indicate how much I need to write. So maybe just two yeah, you write two can already. Okay, so a person should have a balanced diet so that the person can grow healthily. He should eat protein, vitamin, calcium, and so on. However, if the person do not have enough food, it can be considered as malnutrition, where the growth is very slow, the person is unhealthy. I can already. I don't want to write lah. After I write, then I got, because I write very slow I got no time to just say like that. But I already write the keyword. The keyword is balanced diet, blah 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 blah, healthy growth, malnutrition, not enough food, blah 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 blah, slow growth. Okay, just use your own word. Remember the concept. How can the growth rate be measured? Why number 4 and number 1 is why number 4 and number 1 and number 4 is almost the same? How can the growth rate be measured? We can be measured in terms of weight, for example, or we can be measured in terms of height. What is the answer for 1? State 2 parameters that can be used to measure human growth rate. So basically it's the same lah, weight and height, or in the answer I only know that now you can get the answer in the behind textbook. There is a QR code to scan to get the answer. Anyway, the answer is not for you to what to when the teacher give you, you copy the answer. The answer is for you to understand the concept. When we read the answer, we need to, you don't say yeah I finished my homework. You get the answer, we need to ponder why the answer is like that. Okay, I understand the answer. If you don't understand, then you please ask and Google. That is how we learn. And for, of course, this one, if you look at the answer behind, is height and mass. So if you learn physics, there's a slight difference between mass is more correct he used the word mass. Okay, mass also is kg, weight also is kg, weight is kg, mass also is in kg, but mass is more accurate, because if you go learn physics, mass means you stay the same, the amount of particle in the body. Means if you go to the moon, you still have, let's say I'm 50 kg, I go to the moon, I still have 50 kg, but weight is different. When I go to the moon, let's say now I'm 60 kg, but I go to moon, I'm 10 kg. So that's why sometimes in science they use the word mass instead of weight, because weight can change depending on what planet you are in. Mass won't change. When you go through the entire universe, it won't change. But if the student write weight, I think most teacher will accept weight also, assuming it's on earth who want to go to the moon anyway. Okay, so that's it for today's lesson. Any question? So if you got any question, you can let me know and I will try my best to answer whenever I see your question. I see you next time. Thank you and bye bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye bye.